I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya.
I don't think it's a bad thing. It's like pretty much the same thing as smoking, and a bunch of adults do that.
My opinion on vaping is I don't really think it's bad, because it's not damaging anything.
Except for maybe your lungs, but you just heard from 2 Flagler High School students who support vaping.
It really helps me focus when I have to do all this schoolwork that these teachers be giving me.
But some local high schoolers recognize the danger.
It's bad for you. It collapses your lungs. There's no reason to do it.
Several people have died from mysterious lung illnesses that health officials believe are tied to vaping. More than 500 cases of respiratory illnesses in 38 states are under investigation by the Centers for Disease Control. Terry Williams with Tobacco Free Florida called vaping an epidemic.
In 2012, we had 8% in Flagler County youth doing vaping. Now we have 26%. And this probably isn't an accurate number. It's really doing a lot of damage. They don't even know what to do with these patients.
Some states have moved to ban flavored e-cigarettes. A federal ban is also looming. One Flagler high school student says it won't work.
That really isn't smart, in my opinion, because usually when people ban things, it makes other people want to do it more.
No specific substance has been linked to the mysterious lung illnesses, but the FDA is conducting testing for a variety of chemicals, including nicotine and THC.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport, Delta Airlines nonstop to Atlanta, and now nonstop service to New York City via American Airlines.
A Bunnell man is expected to take the stand in his own murder trial today. Joseph Vova II is accused of gunning down Zuhaili Rosado at the Flagler Beach gas station where she worked in 2013. The prosecution rested its case Thursday. In court, the jury heard a 2-hour interview police had with Vova after Rosado's murder. In it, no motive was identified, but on the tape, prosecutors say Vova appears intelligent. In opposition of the insanity defense his attorneys are claiming. On the tape, Vova is heard saying things like he hadn't heard or seen anything. He's also heard asking if Rosado died easy. He was arrested 3 days later and charged with murder. The jury also heard from Vova's neighbor, who described him as weird and shady. The defense claims Vova killed Rosado because voices in his head told him she was the devil. They say he suffers from schizophrenia. As the defense began to present its case, the jury heard from Vova's landlord, who described him as a nice boy but erratic. Vova's father took the stand and says his son was a great kid. He says despite being diagnosed bipolar, his son got a 2-year college degree. He also couldn't describe any psychotic episodes Vova's ever had, short of refusing to eat dinner once because he thought a restaurant was trying to poison him. The jury is expected to hear from an expert doctor witness in addition to Vova. A fugitive on the run is arrested in Flagler County after deputies say he fled a traffic stop. Tony Magoo reports.
On Wednesday, Flagler County Sheriff's Office deputies saw a vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed on South US 1. The driver, later identified as Michael Ross, 24, ran a red light, lost control of his car, and crashed. Sheriff Rick Staley said his folks weren't working alone when Ross took off on foot.
Some citizens chased him along with our deputies that were nearby and tasered him, and he was apprehended.
Initially, Ross didn't identify himself.
We used our technology known as Rapid ID and discovered he was a fugitive on the run for 4 years from the state of Wisconsin, wanted for violation of probation for armed robberies. So this is another great result of using technology to keep our community safe.
Ross was transported to Advent Hospital, Palm Coast, where he was medically cleared and then booked into the Green Roof Inn and is being held on a $6,000 bond. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
There's more to the soon-to-be Flagler Health Village.
Greta Mangus, who's the Vice President of Strategy for Flagler Hospital, said it's about more than just illness.
The whole vision is to create an environment where people not only come when they're sick, but really focusing on wellness.
She said dedicated green spaces will have stages and pavilions for arts and entertainment for the mind, the body, and the soul. Do you want to listen to the entire interview? Then go to the Free for All Friday podcast. But first, download the Flagler Radio app. That's where you'll find the pod. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Flagler County residents are being asked their opinions on the area's tourism efforts. John Arking has the story.
The Flagler County Tourism Office, also known as Palm Coast and the Flagler Beaches, is conducting an awareness survey to judge resident perception of its efforts and identify areas for improvement. Interim Tourism Development Director Amy Lukasik says they have partnered with Jennifer Barbie of Destination Innovate to help them develop a stronger relationship with the community, which they want to ensure is aware of the positive impacts of tourism in Flagler County. Lukasik, on behalf of the Governing Tourism Development Council, is asking all residents to participate in a short survey, which takes only about a minute to complete. Responses will be compiled and evaluated on October 15th. You'll find a link to the survey on the Flagler County Government Facebook page. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.